Welcome. Oops, that's not what I want. Hello, everyone. Okay, there's a comment that someone was getting feedback yesterday on the sound. Did that happen to anyone else? Just getting this going in all the places. Okay, we are live. Looks like people are hopping on. Welcome, everyone. Lots of you guys joining me already. Oh, thank you, Josephina. I watched the recording and it was fine. I'm just gonna look at the comments here before we dive in and get started. Mary, I have not been checking my emails this morning. I taught a class this morning, and preparing for this, I've just not been checking my emails. But thank you so much for your donation to my brother's GoFundMe. You can just email us at hello@elysiahartzel.com, and we will get you added to the course that we are giving as a gift. Sandra says, I fell asleep and woke up right as it was ending. That's very normal. My stomach has been off. That can also happen. Just make sure you're drinking a lot of water. When I was on YouTube, there was no meditation visual. Yeah, so there's no way for me to share the slides when I'm sharing the live stream on YouTube and on Facebook other than in my group. That's just not possible. So if you want to see the slides, you have to join me on Zoom, or inside my Facebook group, Sacred Soul Alignment with Elysia Hartzel. So if you're watching me somewhere else and you want to see the slides or the meditation visual, you'll have to come over to Facebook into my private group, Sacred Soul Alignment with Elysia Hartzel, or come on over to Zoom, which if you registered for this event, you got the link. Okay, so everybody's saying the sound was fine. So the feedback may have been, if you had a window open, two windows open, that can cause feedback. That's probably the issue. Alexandra says I was not able to log in yesterday. If you have not joined me for either day yet, that's okay. You can come back and watch the replays. Just please stay anyway. On YouTube, there was no sound for the meditation part. I have not heard that. Let me know, anybody else, if you had that problem. If you have any issues watching it anywhere, you can just come on over to the Facebook group. Hello from Hawaii, Roxanne. Hello. I used to live in Maui. What island do you live on? Physically exhausted, but emotionally lighter. So that is very normal. We're all processing a lot. This has been a lot of energy the last couple of days. Feeling drained. Yes, that's normal. You can support yourself by drinking. Really, the best thing to do is drink a lot of water and just realize that you are clearing lifetimes, lifetimes of trauma and programming and dense emotions. So give yourself some grace over the next few days. You will be so glad that you went through this experience. Josephina, so there's a couple questions about the GoFundMe, which is not related to this masterclass, but I'm going to mention it because I'm getting some comments here. So my younger brother was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer just before Christmas, and I put together a GoFundMe for him. And one of the things that I'm doing to support him in raising funds for treatment is I am gifting a program that starts on February 7th to anyone who donates to his GoFundMe and sends that receipt to hello@elysiahartzel.com, and we will add you to the program. It's a 3-week program all about health, physical health. It's going to be really, really powerful. My business partner and I, Kimberly Carlson, we created Sacred Light Healing Modality together. We're doing this course together, and it's a gift to anyone who donates. And just send your receipt, the email that you get, the confirmation from GoFundMe, to just forward it to hello@elysiahartzel.com, and we will get you on that list for that program. We start next week, next Tuesday at 11 a.m. Pacific time. And if you are wondering about that, it's in my group. I posted it. I'll go ahead and post it again later today. And it's also on my personal page. So it's ELYSIAHARTZELL .com. If you have problems with that, just message me on Facebook. Oahu. Awesome. I've never been to that island. Feeling much lighter, more energy, felt sluggish. That's normal. Feel stressed. Birthday tomorrow. Happy birthday, Alana. Wow, Mary says, I shared how my estranged daughter called me an hour and a half after our first class, and we were seeing each other for 5 days straight. Miraculous. That's amazing, Mary. I went to sleep right when the meditation started and woke up when it was ending. Is that normal? That is completely normal. Yes, you did receive the healing. However, I do recommend coming back and repeating the healing, because when you fall asleep, that is an indication that your conscious mind is sliding out of the way for the healing to go deeper. So that means that you really needed the healing that we did, and you will definitely benefit by repeating it. Jade, how do I donate? Where do I donate? If you go to I'll go ahead and share it in my group. But if you go to my personal profile on Facebook, it's on there. Yes, there will be a replay. For all of you who donate and receive that course, it will be available to you forever. You'll get it in Kajabi, which is the online platform that I use to host all of my courses. Okay. It could be further down. It's been a couple days since I posted it. Let me just grab that link for you guys that are asking, and I'll put it on Zoom real quick. And while I'm taking a minute to do this, I would like to ask you guys to grab some pen and paper. You are going to need pen and paper today. And let's see, it's a little bit hard to scroll because I had so many birthday wishes. Okay, I'm going to put it into the comments on Zoom. Oh, thank you, Crystal. Crystal put it in there. And let me just go ahead and drop it in my Facebook group too, into the comments. Wait, that's not the right. Oh, that's not even the right. Dang it. Okay. I am going to go into the group and make sure that I'm properly live. Day 1, day 3. Here we go. I'm going to pop that GoFundMe link in there for those of you who are asking for it. And thank you so much to all of you. Gladys says, I felt good, but a little anxious. I tend to dream huge and I'm trying to be more realistic. You know, I think we hold ourselves back too much. We don't believe that it's possible. I just shared about a half an hour ago, I had a memory pop up on Facebook about a car I was thinking about. I decided that I wanted a new car. And up until this point in time, I'd never had a very nice car. And I just randomly chose a picture of an Audi just to post and, you know, kind of get attention, to get feedback from people from what they liked about their cars. And about a week later, I went and bought a car, and I realized later that I actually bought the exact car, the exact model of car that I had posted in the picture. Paid cash for it, something I never imagined that I would be able to do. An Audi A5, and I love it. And you know, I had never allowed myself to dream that big before. And so I think we hold ourselves back often from what's possible for us. And truly, we can create bigger than we can imagine. We really, really can. How long do you think this will be today? I have to leave at 2:30 Pacific time. So we should be done with our work that we're doing today by 2:30 p.m. Pacific time. And then after class, I'm going to be sharing about my Sacred Soul Alignment course. So if you're interested in learning about that, you can stick around. But we should be done we should be done with our work today by 2:30. So let's go ahead and dive in. Pina, following up the how are you feeling with that? This morning I felt ringing in my left ear and not being able to trust my inner knowing. So, Pina, let's set the intention that that will be resolved for you today. Okay, I'm seeing a lot of questions. You guys have some really good questions. I'm going to dive in and I will get to your questions at the end. And remember, we are also having a Q&A tonight at 5 o'clock Pacific time. So I will answer all questions then. So I, of course, have some slides. And if you are joining me on YouTube or on my personal page or my Facebook business page, you're not going to be able to see the slides. So hop on over to Zoom or into my group if you would like to see the slides. All right, so I just want to do a quick recap of the last 2 days, and I would love to hear from you all how you're feeling. We've had a pretty remarkable time together over the last couple of days, and I've been hearing from a lot of you guys just how profound of experiences that you've had. And grab some water, please, and pen and paper. I've been hearing from so many of you guys, so please share what you've been experiencing because it really does help everyone else when we share. So please share in the comments. I've had a few people share in separate posts in my group. That's amazing. I love it when you guys do that. So please do. I'm looking at all of these comments, all of these posts, and I'm so grateful for all of you guys. So just to recap briefly what we've talked about the last couple of days, just a reminder that the theta brain state is the doorway to the quantum field. And according to research done by Dr. Joe Dispenza, most people are actually going into the quantum field 7 to 8 times a minute. We're accessing that theta brain state 7 to 8 times a minute because we cycle in and out. But if we are bouncing between high beta and theta, no new information can get into our nervous system that does not match the emotion being experienced. So we talked about yesterday the fact that most people are living the majority of their lives in mid to high beta, which is the fight or flight response. And it's creating a low-level PTSD. And we cannot create a new experience when we are in that brain state. Albert Einstein said we cannot solve our problems with the same thinking we used to create them. So that's just another way to say that the scientific research has been able to prove and pinpoint. We have to do something different. We need to learn how to slow our brain down. We need to learn how to connect with our hearts because that's where healing and manifestation all begins and all takes place. So we need to learn how to meditate, basically, to get into the quantum field. So we also talked about how emotions are the frequencies of our thoughts and how we store our thoughts as emotions in our bodies. Yesterday we worked on clearing and dissolving some really dense emotions, and I'm so impressed with and proud of you guys. how deep you all went yesterday and how vulnerable you were and how willing you were to show up and do the work for yourself. We also talked about Dr. David Hawkins' consciousness scale and the emotions, and how the emotions are truly the frequencies that create our realities. So, how are you guys all feeling today after the powerful experience that we had yesterday? I would love to hear. I touched on a little bit about third density, which is just a frequency. This is where most people are vibrating in this point in time. Most of you, a lot of you, are vibrating at a higher frequency, at fifth density. Most of us are not able to hold that consistently. We're going in and out of third and fifth density. We did not talk about fourth density. Fourth density is actually the bridge between 5D and 3D, and it exists only in the present moment. In other words, in order to get from 3D to 5D, we have to be in the now moment. We cannot be reliving the traumas of the past or worrying about the future. That will pull us back down into that third density. We have to be in the present moment. And that is the only way to enter into the quantum. We have to be present in the now moment. So we live in a material world, and that makes me think about the old Madonna song. I might be aging myself a little bit there. I would think I was in middle school when that song came out. But really, we live in a 3D world where everything around us is matter. But is it really? Nikola Tesla said, if you want to find the secrets of the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. And Albert Einstein said, everything is energy, and that's all there is to it. Match the frequency of the reality that you want, and you cannot help but get that reality. It can be no other way. So we talked about how we really cannot embody a higher frequency if we're holding and carrying around and full of trauma and dense emotions and false programming. And over the last couple of days, we've gone really far into clearing and dissolving so much of that. And that is going to give you the ability to connect with, to grab onto, and to merge with higher frequencies today when we do our manifestation process. So it's actually the field that creates matter. It's energy that creates matter, not the other way around. It's not matter creating energy. It's energy that creates matter. So when we change the information in the field, in the quantum field, we change matter. So in other words, when we go into the quantum field, find and connect with the frequency that matches our desires, pull it in and merge with it, which we're going to be doing today, we will change matter, meaning we will change our reality. So when we go into the quantum field and connect with the frequency of our desires and merge with that frequency and bring it into our cells, it will materialize into our material reality. It will happen. I have experienced it time after time after time, and I'm very dedicated to my practice of meditation. Remember that what Albert Einstein said, everything is energy, and that's all there is to it. Match the frequency of the reality you want, which we're going to be doing today from the heart of creation, and you cannot help but get that reality. There is no other way. It is the truth. And I have proof in my own life and in the lives of thousands of people that I've worked with personally, and many, many thousands of people who are practicing this in the world. It's happening. There's just proof of it everywhere we look. Good. So there are a lot of people teaching this stuff out there, teaching manifestation practices. There are a lot of meditation teachers and classes out there to choose from, which is remarkable. It's amazing because different people resonate with different practices and different teachings and different styles of teaching. But honestly, I don't know of any other teacher out there or any other course that combines everything that I bring forward and offer in Sacred Soul Alignment. An accessible way to train your brain to get into theta, which, remember, is the doorway to the quantum field, or what I call the heart of creation. And once you create those narrow pathways in your brain, you can actually get there literally within seconds. I can now actually feel my brain and my heart sync up within a split second. And this is a skill that I would say is probably the most useful skill that I have ever learned in my entire life. So I provide that, and you guys have had an experience with that through the Heart of Creation meditation the last 2 days. But I combine that with multidimensional healing tools that I attune my students and practitioners to use for yourself, and if you choose to continue to the certification, to use with other people, and to even create or expand a healing business in the world. I never imagined that I would be able to do this work as a profession in the world in the way that I'm doing it now, and to create a very successful business doing this work with other people. I have a lot of students who originally signed up just to do the healing work for themselves, and many of those people are just doing the work for themselves and have completely transformed their lives and the lives of their families and their friends. But many people, when they come into my world of Sacred Soul Alignment, they realize that they actually are capable of doing this work for other people and creating a ripple effect of their own in the world. And the healing that I facilitate, because I've worked with thousands of people from all over the world, and I have learned a lot about what the most common issues are that people hold. And I've also really sharply honed my own intuition in thousands of hours of working with other people, and working with other people in a spontaneous sort of hot seat style way where, in some of my healing classes, I connect with hundreds of people, and I'm able to just tune in and get to the root of their issue. I can quickly tune in a group call to an individual and see the root cause, and I can quickly clear it with all of the tools that I've created. And the interesting thing is, I've seen this over and over and over, that when people join together for my classes, that group of people seems to come together holding similar issues, so that when what's cleared for one person will be in resonance with the majority of the group. So I start all of my classes doing cleanup work on the entire group. And I've never been to a class where the teacher starts a class that way, let alone all of the deep healing work along the way. And the attunements that I offer, which have unlocked creative, innate, intuitive, psychic, and healing abilities in my students, and even entire healing modalities in many of my students, have been unlocked, and that's really not a coincidence. So I'm going to be sharing a little bit more about sacred soul alignment at the end of this call today. So I also have some really incredible bonuses. I'm going to move my camera a little bit. So if you're thinking about this class, if this is on your radar, I invite you to stick around after class. So who is ready to co-create today? You guys have done some incredible work, and it's going to pay off in the process that we do today. So I was guided to do this process a little bit differently than I normally do. And I'm going to tell you about the process ahead of time so that you know what to expect. So please get a paper and a pen. Please get some water because you're going to need it. We're going to be moving through a lot of energy today. And hopefully you have had an opportunity to connect with your intentions today that you're bringing forward today. And we're going to be working with the law of pure desire today. So let's just have a little reminder of what that is. The law of pure desire is working with your pure intention. So hopefully you've had a chance to get some clarity on exactly what you are co-creating and why you are co-creating. And even the feelings that you're wanting to have when you bring this manifestation into the tangible. So we're going to be working with our intentions. I'm going to be giving you guys some time today after I get you connected into the quantum field. And these are some of the questions I'm going to be asking you. So first of all, what are you creating? What are you manifesting into your life right now? And I invite you to share it in the comments if you would like to, because sharing our intentions can be a really important part of actually creating them, because we can receive support from other people who are doing the same work. And as you really sink into thinking about and feeling into your creation, I invite you to ask yourself, are you putting any conditions on this? So conditions might be something like, I'm going to share some conditions that I've put on my own co-creations. When I get to my perfect goal weight, or when I have a certain amount of money in the bank, or when I do X, Y, Z, I can have this thing that I desire so much. I can have this relationship. I can make this move in my life. I can quit this job that I despise, that's draining the life out of me, or I can leave this relationship that's draining me. I invite you to erase these conditions. Erase them. So are you putting any conditions on what you're manifesting? And if you find that you are, just erase them, delete them, set them aside. The second question is, what are the feelings that you want to have when this is in your life? Because ultimately, everything that we desire it because we want a specific outcome in the way that we feel. So what are the feelings that you want to have when you bring this into your life, when you step into your dream job, when you move into a place that you want to live, when you have that relationship that your heart is longing for, when your body is healthy, whatever it is that you're creating, what is that feeling that you want? So when we are in the quantum field here, in the heart of creation, and I'm going to guide you through this experience, I'm going to invite you to, once you've gotten clear on your intention, and hopefully you've had an opportunity to do that a little bit already, I'm going to invite you to draw a symbol, whatever comes to your mind. You can allow yourself to be guided through your heart, or just a letter to represent your desire. So maybe it is your dream home. You could draw a little image of a home, of a house. You could draw the letter H. Maybe it's a relationship. You could draw a heart or two people, or just the word R or L for love. Whatever it is that you're creating, a symbol or a letter to represent your desire. And you're going to be focusing on this during the meditation. And then I'm going to have you draw a circle or a squiggly line around your symbol. This is a sacred container for your creation. And I'm going to be connecting in with this for all of you. And I'm going to be activating it with some sacred technology during our meditation. And I'm going to be sharing this sacred technology on the screen with you. It's a sacred soul symbol, which is it's a completely different modality from sacred soul alignment. And they are symbols that have come through. They've been coming through for me for the last 2 years. And they are basically graphic representations of multi-dimensional technologies. So you're going to get an opportunity to see one of those today that is called Illuminate and Create. So during the meditation, I'm going to be guiding you through this process. I'll be playing my bowls, and we're going to connect with the frequency of your desires from the heart of creation. And I'm going to be running some alignments while I do this, and I'm going to be bringing in some sacred technologies. So I'm going to give you those descriptions ahead of time so that you won't be interrupted by my voice describing them while I play the bowls. I want you to really have a deep experience. So during the meditation, we're also going to be activating another sacred technology called a Merkaba. A Merkaba is a sacred geometric shape, and you may or may not be familiar with a Merkaba, but the word means light, spirit, body. Many people think that this is actually what was referred to in the Bible when the Bible talked about the chariots of fire. It is thought to be a multi-dimensional transportation vehicle, and it's a very powerful manifestation frequency. So I'm going to be taking you through a little journey to activate your own Merkaba around your energy field. And I'll be bringing in the Illuminate and Create Sacred Soul symbol. And this symbol carries the frequency of your intentions, and it sends a signal out into the universe to call that frequency back to you. We're going to be doing this from the quantum field. It's going to be powerful. And this is what I do personally to create miracles in my life. So based on what you guys have all shared with me so far, those of you who have shared your creations and your intentions with me, I'm going to be using the following sacred soul alignments. And I may be guided, often I'm guided in the moment intuitively to bring other things in. So if that does happen, I will let you know what those are at the end. But for sure, I'm going to be bringing in Herkimer diamond. So this is part of my crystal series of alignments. Herkimer diamonds are a special type of quartz crystal that are pure representations of spiritual light. They broadcast their own high frequency energies and can magnify and amplify other frequencies, making these crystals the ideal to work with in any healing or manifestation work. They also help to clear the energy field and align to divine white light. They carry the storm element and they open and activate your crown chakra and third eye. So this alignment will amplify any other alignment or healing frequency that we're combining it with. It will aid in your manifestation or co-creation work. It will enhance your dreams. It clears your energy field and allows you to hold more light and to clear and expand your crown chakra and your third eye. I'll be bringing in the alignment highest intentions. We are powerful creator beings, and our intentions hold the power to create in our realities. This alignment will allow you to gather the full power behind your intentions and to channel that energy in the direction you want it to go, thus amplifying the potency of your intentions. You can use this alignment to infuse an object. So if you have a crystal with you, if you want to grab a crystal that you would like to hold your intentions, you can do that. It could be crystal jewelry. It could be any crystal that you have. And if you don't have a crystal with you, you can also repeat the meditation and activate a crystal at a later date. I'm going to be using the One Heart alignment. This is one of my favorite alignments. This is in the relationship healing, and a lot of you guys have shared that one of the things that you're calling in is a beloved love relationship. This alignment will assist you in connecting to the sacred heart of your current or future beloved, activating the one heart that is a shared soul physical experience within divine intimate partnerships. So I just want to make a note just to stay in integrity with manifestation. If you are calling in a love relationship, it is really important not to bring the face or particular specific person in to your intention, to allow the universe to bring you probably something that is even more in alignment with you. So if you are co-creating a love relationship, don't connect to that specific, Tom or Jason or whoever that is, or Rebecca. Leave that blank, because we can't affect another's free will with our manifestation. So leave that to the universe and avoid any specific face or person, and be open to the energy of what shows up. I'm going to be using the alignment miracles. Miracles happen every moment of every day, and most of us miss them. One of the reasons is that we feel or believe that we're powerless to create what we want. Our dreams and desires may feel out of reach or even impossible, but this is not true. This alignment will bring in the energy of miracles and will allow you to see the miracles that surround you right now, as well as the belief and ability to create miracles on a daily basis. I'm also going to be bringing in abundance of the ocean. And yesterday during the Q&A, somebody asked me about my connection to nature, and we had a little conversation about that. And this is an alignment that actually came in for me when I was swimming in the ocean in Maui. I lived there for about a year, and it was a magical experience, and that's actually where Sacred Soul Alignment was born. I might share a little bit about that today, but it was definitely a practice in trust for me. I moved to Maui sight unseen with my youngest daughter and 2 suitcases. And as soon as I got there, Sacred Soul Alignment began to stream in for me, and I taught my first Sacred Soul Alignment course when I lived there. But this alignment will allow you to tap into the abundance that is as vast and deep as the ocean and channel it into your life. It brings in the knowledge and energy that you need to bring abundance into all aspects of your life, and will connect you to the unlimited abundance available to us on the planet. I'm also going to be bringing in bending time. This brings in, and I'm also going to be bringing in collapsing timelines. So bending time and collapsing timelines work to basically supersede or bypass linear time and to align with our highest timeline where our desires already exist. I'm also going to be bringing in vitality for those of you who are working with health intentions. This will activate your innate vitality, bringing in passion, exuberance, joy, and life force. It's working with your etheric body to dissolve discordant energies and bring more light into your etheric and physical bodies, which will enhance your physical vitality. I'm also being guided in this moment actually to bring in my DNA Awakening 2 alignment, which works on clearing the ancestral, basically DNA defects that we may have taken on, which predispose us to disease and disorders. All right, so who's ready? Any questions before we get started? I would work with one intention at a time. You can repeat this process with other intentions. So I'm hearing from people that the sound is weird. So let me check on my sound here. Okay. I turned the sound up a little bit. How is that? Oh, it still looks a little bit low. Let me turn it up a little bit more, a little bit more. Somehow that got turned all the way down. Okay, how's the sound now? If somebody could just let me know. The sound is okay. Sound is great. Okay. Good. Okay. All the technical, the sound got louder. Good. So the meditation video that I'm going to play does have music that has binaural beats, and these only work when you are wearing headphones. So it's not necessary. You're still going to have a marvelous experience, but if you want to experience those binaural beats, do grab your headphones. And yes, you will be working with your own spiritual team. So I'm just going to take a minute and check on the questions before we get started. So I just want to see if I can see them in all the places. Okay. Ooh, I love it. Rain. Off-grid tiny village for spiritual retreats in the Pacific Northwest. Let me know if you, when you create that, I would love to check that out. My crown is very intense pressure. So if you're commenting on YouTube or on my personal page or my business page, I'm only able to see the latest 6 comments. So if you have a question and I'm not addressing it, please just copy and paste it so that I can see. Can I explain again what we're drawing and putting around it? Yes. So I want you, when we're in the meditation, I'm going to invite you to either draw a symbol, could be anything that comes into your mind, or just a simple letter that represents your intention. And then you're going to draw a circle or a squiggly line around it. So that's all you need to do. And that's creating a sacred container for your intentions. Can we still work with our intention if we haven't cleared resentments and trauma? That's a great question. Yes, you can. It will be more powerful once you clear those resentments and trauma. So I would recommend that you go through this process today and notice what comes up for you as you connect with your intentions. And then you can go back to day 1 and 2 replays and work with clearing those things. And then come back and repeat the process today. Good. Okay, I'm just going to scroll through these questions real quick because I want to make sure that you guys can have the best experience possible. You guys are sharing your intentions. I love it. Please do feel free to share your intentions because then we can support each other. I'm reading all your intentions. I'm not going to comment on each one. I don't have an intention set in place other than a heart symbol that came up. That's fine. That is perfectly fine. Can I just say love in general? Whether it's self-love. Yes, that's beautiful. Financial abundance. I love it. Manifest the love of my life. So that is an intention that I was working on for a really long time. And I'm happy to say I did call that into my life over about almost 1.5 years ago, and it is marvelous. So how do we do the symbol? It's actually better than I imagined. So if you want to create a symbol, what I recommend doing is when we're in that meditative space in just a few minutes and we're connected to the quantum field, just allow your hand to draw. And I've done this before. This is how I actually created my logo for Sacred Soul Alignment. I went into meditation and drew with my eyes closed, and that's what came forward. I would recommend working with one intention at a time because that otherwise it's going to scatter your energy. So bring in one intention at a time. Okay, are you guys ready? I think we're ready. So this process is going to be about 30 minutes long. And then I'm going to share about Sacred Soul Alignment, and I have some special guests that are going to be joining me. Okay, good. So I'm going to share the video. So if you're on Zoom or in my Facebook group, you'll be able to see that here in a minute. If you're on YouTube or on my personal page or my business page, you're not going to be able to see it. It's impossible to share that. I'm sorry. That's just how it is. So you can just close your eyes when we're doing this. All right, here we go. Let me share my screen. I love this, Dee. Real knock your socks off love from a good, loyal man. I can attest to the fact that it is absolutely possible. And this is coming from someone who had a lot of relationship trauma. I was in an abusive marriage for 20 years, and that is all completely far, far in my past now. Okay, you guys, here we go. Take a moment to get comfortable, sitting up with your spine straight and your feet flat on the ground, or lying flat, settling in to your body, bringing all of your energy into the present moment. Closing your eyes, allowing yourself to land right here, right now. Allowing your body to relax even more. And now placing your focus and awareness onto your heart. And just breathe, allowing your breath to slow and deepen, breathing as if you're breathing directly from your heart, allowing your inhale and exhale to slow to about a count of 5. Inhaling for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhaling for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Continuing this long, slow, deep breath through your heart as you bring your awareness to the energy of compassion. Compassion is one of the highest frequencies that we can access as human beings, and one of the building blocks of creation. I invite you to see, sense, feel, or imagine the energy of compassion as a beautiful pink light surrounding you. And now as you breathe through your heart, using your intention to breathe that pink light of compassion into your heart, allowing this energy of compassion to fill and expand your heart. Good. And with your next breath, allowing this energy of compassion to expand into every cell of your body, feeling the cells of your body vibrating with the frequency of compassion. And with your focus and awareness on your heart, feeling into the heart-to-heart connection between your heart and the heart of Gaia, the ascended aspect of the earth plane, and the connection between your heart and the heart of creation. Pure source energy. Noticing the beautiful golden light in the heart of Gaia and the glorious iridescent light in the heart of creation. And now with your next breath, simultaneously begin to breathe this golden light from Gaia and the iridescent light from the heart of creation into your heart. Good. And as you breathe these energies into your heart, allowing the golden light from Gaia and the iridescent light from the heart of creation to merge with the pink light of compassion, creating a beautiful iridescent rose gold light. Allowing this iridescent rose gold light to expand your heart even more. And with your next inhale, allowing this light to fill all the cells of your body. Allowing this beautiful iridescent rose gold light to expand beyond your physical body, going 12 feet out in all directions, creating a beautiful iridescent rose gold ball of light that you are in the center of. Taking a moment to notice how loved, nurtured, safe, and protected you are in this space. And as you continue breathing through your heart, imagining the beautiful iridescent light flowing down from the heart of creation, connecting you with the energy of all that is, with potential, with possibility, with pure source energy. Allowing this energy to move through your entire chakra column, traveling all the way down into the heart of Gaia. And imagining the beautiful golden light from the heart of Gaia flowing up, connecting you with the infinite wisdom, wealth, knowledge, and abundance that Gaia holds, coming all the way up through your entire chakra column, traveling all the way up into the heart of creation. And as these energies flow in, through, and around you, witnessing this beautiful ball of light that you are in, expanding with every breath you take. And now I invite you to feel into your heart-to-heart connection between your human aspect and your divine aspect. This highest aspect of your soul that's guiding you through your human experience. And now allowing your human aspect to merge with your divine aspect. Good. And as you merge with your divine aspect, feeling yourself expanding into all of this light surrounding you. Feeling yourself expanding infinitely. expanding all the way into the heart of creation, expanding all the way into the quantum field, where all potential and possibility exists. And just staying in your heart, breathing through your heart, connected to the energy of all that is. Just breathe and allow yourself to expand into the energy of all potential and possibility, anchoring all of that in to every level and layer of your being across all time, dimensions, and realities. Beautiful. I'm going to bring in some bowls here. And I'm going to bring in Sacred Light Open, Divine Love and Light, thank you, to help open your energy field to the possibility of your heart's desires. Now I invite you to close your eyes if your eyes are open. And just place your focus and awareness on your heart, dropping down into the most sacred space of your heart. And we're going to activate your Merkaba around your energy field. So just begin to bring your awareness to two pyramids that are surrounding your body. One is the masculine energy pyramid. It begins at your knees and points upward, extending several feet above your head. The second is the feminine energy pyramid. It begins at your shoulders and extends downward, reaching several feet below your own feet. Witness, feel, or imagine as these pyramids are now being activated. And each pyramid begins to spin in a different direction. The masculine energy pyramid spinning clockwise around your body, and the feminine energy pyramid spinning counterclockwise around your body. Together as they spin, they are bringing more light into your body and into your meridians. As they spin, witness or imagine them creating a light field around your body, growing larger and larger in a saucer-like shape, expanded by the centrifugal force of the Merkaba. And now, breathing from your heart, take a few deep, long breaths, allowing each breath to expand your Merkaba. Take your awareness into pointing feminine energy pyramid, calling in the energies of Gaia, Sophia, the moon, the divine feminine energies of the below. See or feel these energies filling up this pyramid. See or feel this pyramid expanding even more with all of this light. And now taking your awareness into the upward pointing masculine energy pyramid. Calling in the energies of the sun, Ra, divine masculine energies. See or feel these energies filling up this pyramid, and feel, witness, or imagine this pyramid expanding even more with all of this light. And now, through your intention, simultaneously begin to draw the masculine energy down into the bottom pyramid and the feminine energies up into the top pyramid, witnessing or feeling the divine masculine and divine feminine energies merge and integrate together, coming into greater balance all around you. Witness and feel this merge. Taking 3 deep breaths through your heart, with each breath allowing the energy of your Merkaba to expand around you. Just taking a moment here to connect with your pure desires. You're on Zoom or in my Facebook group, you'll see on your screen the sacred soul symbol illuminate and create. Just taking a moment to connect with this energy. If you're not able to see it, that's perfectly fine. The energy is coming in for you. I'm going to just play the bowls for about 7 minutes. And I'm going to give you time to connect with your heart's desires, connect to the frequency of your desires, to the emotion, the feeling desires. If you would like to, you can write a sentence that describes what you're creating, and then a symbol or a letter that represents your heart's desire and draw a circle or a squiggly line around the symbol or letter. And just know that as I am playing the bowls, I'm going to be silently bringing in all of the alignments that I shared ahead of time, along with anything else that I'm guided to bring in. And I invite you to just stay connected to your heart, connected to the heart of creation, and connected to your heart's desire. And as you do this process, bringing in as much feeling and emotion that you can, allowing yourself to merge with that frequency from within the space of the heart of creation. cells of your body to be activated with your heart's desires. I'm going to download the belief that this is in your life now. I'm going to download what it feels like to have this experience in your life now. For this to be your primary experience. That you are worthy, deserving, safe, and allowed to have this in your life now. That you know what it feels like to have this in your life now. And that you already have this now. And just allow yourself to pull this frequency from the quantum field where all potential and possibility exists into your heart. Dissolving any disbelief, anywhere you feel that this is not possible, not for you, anywhere you feel unworthy or unsafe, dissolving any resistance to having and creating this now. Just taking a moment to notice what you're doing, where you are, who you're with, connecting to as many details as possible. Taking one last moment to connect with the letter or symbol representing your desires. Knowing that this is the sacred container that we've created together that has seeded your desires within the quantum field. Remembering that when your energy matches the energy of your desires, it will show up in your life. There is no other way. Bringing that symbol or letter, this sacred container that contains the seed of all your desires, pulling that into your heart, anchoring this into your heart, anchoring these frequencies into every cell of your body, every part of your being, every area of your life. Anchoring all of this in with sacred light close into your heart and your higher heart, into your mind and your higher mind, into every cell of your body, into your DNA, anchoring this into your soul records, your Akash, Akashic and galactic records, into your DNA, your subtle bodies, your Earth Star chakra, into the heart of Gaia, anchoring it into this 3D Earth plane, into the material world, into your soul grid, and into all dimensions and realities now. And when you're ready, just bringing all of your awareness back into your body, into your heart, into your physical reality, and taking a deep breath. Opening your eyes to a brand new reality now. Congratulations. I'd love to hear what you all just created. Good. So I want to remind you guys of some self-care. Remember to drink a lot of water. I cannot stress that enough. Good quality filtered water, if you have that available, alkaline water. Take some minerals or Epsom salt bath. Perfect health, Cheryl. I love it. If you feel at all ungrounded, which is possible because we've just worked with a ton of energy, you can eat something grounding, some dark chocolate, some root vegetables, meat, if you eat meat. Remembering your heart breath. Remembering that you can breathe into your lower dantian, your beneath your belly button. I showed you guys on day one. I'll stand up and show you again where that is. That will help pull your energy back into your body. So below your belly button here and into the center of your body. That's your lower dantian. It's a qigong exercise, and just breathe. Place your awareness on that space in your body and breathe into it, and that will pull you back into your body very quickly. Continue working with this creation, believing in this creation. You can repeat this process if you would like to. And I'd like to thank you all for showing up for yourself. And since we're all connected, for showing up for all of us. When we create together in this way, we are changing the world. And there are hundreds of people who are joining me. There's actually thousands of people signed up. Hundreds of you have joined me live, and many more are watching the replay. And we create such a large and beautiful ripple effect when we join together in this way. So thank you guys for joining me for this experience. I would love to continue on with all of you. If you are resonating with this work and with my energy. And I'm going to share with you now about just exactly how you can do that. So I have created a course called Sacred Soul Alignment, and there are 3 levels to this course, and the first level is what I'm mostly going to be talking about today. So if you have questions, please type them in, and I will answer those with time allowing after I share about this class. And I'm also going to be doing a Q&A in 2.5 hours at 5 o'clock Pacific time. So I'm going to share about this class, this Sacred Soul Alignment class that starts on February 28th. And I have some special guests that are going to be joining me to share briefly their experiences. I think I have 5 Sacred Soul Alignment practitioners that are going to be hopping on with me. But before they do, I'm going to just share as briefly as possible with all of you about this incredible class. So I'm going to put the link in on Zoom. If you're not on Zoom, you can go to sacredsoulalignment.com and click on the top. On Learn More. So Sacred Soul Alignment is a multidimensional healing modality that, as I mentioned, began to come in for me fully when I took a leap of faith, sight unseen, and moved to Maui in 2016. It had begun coming in for me. I think I told the story last night on the Q&A. The first alignment that I ever received, I received when I was hiking in Mount Rainier National Forest with my youngest daughter. It's called Wisdom of the Trees, and it began rapidly streaming in for me as soon as I landed in Maui. I taught my first class with 8 people that I hand chose. Some of you guys are on here today, actually. I could have easily had 50 or more people in that class because once word got out, people were knocking down the door to take this class. But I wanted to go slowly, and so I chose 8 people, and there was 52 alignments when I taught the first class. There's now over 450 alignments. And throughout the last 3 days, I've talked a little bit about what they are. They are energy packets that are held within a sacred container, a sacred technology structure, and there's energetic code written into each one, and they're doing so many things. I have instructions written out for each alignment. Some of these instructions are 20 to 50 pages long of what exactly is happening when I or one of my practitioners runs the energy of each one of these alignments. They're potent, and you guys have had an experience with a few of them over the last few days. So in level 1 of Sacred Soul Alignment, this is for your self-healing. So you get attuned to nearly 100 alignments to use for yourself. And then I have a full certification that is level 2, and then I have a level 3 that is the energetic apothecary. So in total, between those 3 classes, there are over 450 alignments. And I see a lot of comments here. I'll get to these questions after I share a little bit here. So this next class, it starts on February 28th. I'm going to be teaching on Tuesdays. So for those of you who are my practitioners, you're used to me teaching Thursdays. I'm for this particular round, I am teaching on Tuesdays so that I can accompany my brother. I mentioned my younger brother has just recently been diagnosed with pancreatic cancer, and this is a big focus of my life right now. So I'm going to be teaching on Tuesdays this time so that I can accompany him to his treatments on Thursdays. It will be every Tuesday at 1 o'clock Pacific time. That's 4 o'clock Eastern. With replays available if you aren't able to come live. Probably about a half of the people that come through my class never come to a live class. They watch the replays. All of the teachings are available ahead of time each week, and we come together for a live Q&A where I give you the attunements. I attune you to those tools, and I have special attunements that are just for you to receive as a practitioner. So previously this class was 6 weeks long. This time I have extended this class and I have added actually some material, and it is now 8 weeks long. And I actually also have lowered the price, and this is a temporary lowering of the price. So the regular price of this class is $14.97. I normally offer it at a discount for a couple of weeks before I teach for $9.97. But when I really felt into this from my heart, because of the recession that we're in currently, I have actually temporarily, this is probably the only time I will lower it to this price. I've temporarily lowered it to $888. That's the full payment. I also have 2 payment plans of a 6-month payment plan and a 12-month payment plan. So I try to make this as easy as possible if your heart is calling you to this class. And I'm just going to go over this briefly because you can see all of the details on the registration page. But I'm going to share my screen here and go over some of the details of this class. So this is a truly life-changing class. I have some videos on the information registration page, going a little bit deeper. There's a video where you can receive one of the alignments. So just go to that page, sacredsoulignment.com/program, and you can see all of the details. But I want to kind of go through quickly here because I'm going to be joined. I know I've got 4 or 5 of my practitioners that are on waiting to share their experience with all of you. So module 1, we kick off with a really powerful kickoff call that has an incredible amount of healing in it. What you receive in this week will help to activate your spiritual gifts and abilities. We heal a lot of blocks. So I mentioned that I start off all of my classes doing work for the specific people that are in this particular round. And when you come into Sacred Soul Alignment, I call this my family because, and there's over 600 practitioners from all over the world. But it really has become a family. And it's not just me that feels that way. It's all of us. We support each other. It's incredible some of the ways that we have supported each other over the years. And so when you come into this family, you come into this class, but you can repeat this class every single time I teach it. I've had people repeat it. I don't know how many times I've taught now, but I've been teaching for 7 years, and I usually teach twice a year. Last year I only taught 1. This year I may only teach 1 time, but you can repeat it whenever I teach it live at no additional cost, and unless I add something huge. I've only charged 1 time to come back through, and that was when I added a separate certification, and I charged only $197 for that. But that's the only time I've ever charged. So normally you get to come through live as many times as you would like. So I work with the individual people to do specific healing for that group. You'll receive and get attuned to the Heart of Creation connection, which you guys have experienced. And when you get attuned to it, you're actually attuned so that when you experience it and run it for yourself, or go into the certification and have the ability to run it for others, it's actually an activated meditation. And you guys have had the opportunity to experience that this week. There's a lot of extra things. I give you access to my Sacred Soul Alignment glossary on my website so that you can quickly have access to and look up the individual alignments and the descriptions of those alignments. You'll have that at your fingertips. You also, of course, get a whole, workbook that has all of the descriptions in it and all of the teachings so that you can print that out or have it access online. There's also a support library of over 30 recorded healings that will become invaluable to you as you move through this course, because your life will not be the same after you go through this course. I can promise you that. I have hundreds of testimonials, and you'll be seeing some of those over the next few days. You can watch a video on this information registration page that has several testimonials from Sacred Soul Alignment practitioners. You're going to be hearing from 4 or 5 of them today. And you will be transformed in the 8 weeks of this class and for the rest of your life. You'll receive several attunements on this first week. And I also include several additional teachings as we move throughout the weeks of this course. And in the first week, I teach you how to work with a pendulum. And I give you an activation to actually activate a pendulum if you like working that way. In Module 2, you'll receive your first series of alignments. You'll get attuned to them to run for yourself. It's the Healer series of alignments. And you will learn and discover how to run alignments for yourself and begin practice working with these sacred energies. You'll also receive a healing activation of an energy that came through for me a few years ago called the golden white flame. So you'll receive these attunements of the sacred codes for the Healer series so that you are attuned to these frequencies. You have the energy signature of all of these alignments within your energy field so that you can just call them up and run them instantaneously for yourself. And then we move into cultivating your own intuitive skills. There's 5 classes in this course for working and activating your own intuition. So you learn to identify sensory signals in your body and open up to 6 key intuition channels: clairvoyance, clairaudience, clairsentience, claircognizance, and clairempathy. And by the way, one of the bonuses of this, for signing up for this course, I have a lot of bonuses if you join me, because I want to support you in all the ways that I have possible. And one of those bonuses is a course just on the clair abilities and opening up to your intuition. In week 3, you're going to get attuned to the second series of alignments, which is the personal growth and spiritual expansion series. And you will also receive the divine feminine attunement. So I have several attunements, which are energy activations that are just for my students and practitioners. And over the years, I have seen miraculous things happen for people with these attunements, including instantaneous downloads of their own healing modalities. I didn't believe that it was possible when I first started seeing this, but I've seen it over and over and over again happen in this class. So that's one of the things that the Divine Feminine Attunement has done. And then you'll receive your second chapter in your cultivating your intuitive skills. Clearing your lower energy centers so that you can begin to heal and release blocks to manifesting and receiving unlimited wealth and abundance. And I'm going through this pretty quickly because there's so much information for you guys to be able to look at on the registration page. But I want to give you just sort of the feel of what this class is about. In Module 4, you're going to be working with something that you guys experienced yesterday, which is the energetic release technique. This is a somatic practice, meaning working with your physical body to release embedded trauma in your body, your mind, and your spirit. We're going to be working deeper with your intuition to heighten your intuitive abilities in a way that will astonish and delight you. And you'll learn to identify, recognize, and clarify what's truly taking place beneath the surface using just your breath through an attunement called the breath of peace. So as you've been experiencing this class over the last few days, you may have noticed me taking a lot of deep breaths. You're going to be receiving an attunement called the breath of peace that will allow you to begin using your own breath to process deep healing. This is one of the most miraculous things that I've experienced, and it's really a healing modality all on its own, because once you're attuned to this, your simple breath will allow you to do healing work without even doing anything else, just with your breath. It will add a lot of power to your work, and it's also a measurement for if something is completely cleared or not. And I do a whole training around this in the course. And then we'll do the next chapter in the intuitive skills. You'll clear your higher energy centers so that you can really begin to receive clear messages, inspiration, and creativity from the higher realms to rapidly accelerate your spiritual evolution. Module 5 is called Activating Deep Emotional Strength and Freedom, and you'll receive the Emotional Healing Series of Alignments. This is a huge series of alignments, and it's one of my favorite series. You guys experienced a lot of those yesterday when we worked with our emotions. And you're going to learn how to work with your emotional body and your mental body. And we're going to be working with understanding how to effectively merge all of the tools that you've learned so far for fast manifestation and healing. You're going to be receiving probably my favorite attunement to give, which is expanding and strengthening your subtle bodies. It's a journey, and it's amazing. Your subtle bodies will be cleansed, cleared, and strengthened and activated so you can consistently hold more light and a much higher vibration. This will also activate your 5 koshas from the Vedic tradition. Kosha means sheath, sort of like a layers of the onion of our energy field. And you'll get attuned to the 43 alignments in the Emotional Healing series. And we'll have chapter 4 in cultivating your powerful intuitive skills. This is all about clearing your energy from holding on to other people's energy, and you will learn how to recognize what is yours and what is not yours. And most of you are probably empaths. And as empathic beings, we often take on other people's energy, emotions, thoughts, and feelings. And it can be really difficult unless you've learned how to distinguish between what belongs to somebody else and what belongs to you. And that can make all the difference in how you feel as you move about the world. And then in Module 6 is the Nature and Magic series. This is one of my favorite series. This is a really fun series. And you will also receive the Connecting to the Galaxies attunement. This brings in ancient understanding, knowledge, gifts, and abilities from this planet, and knowledge that you have held in other soul incarnations. It will help more deeply connect you to your own divine team and your soul family, and it will bring in God codes. So I heard that when I received this attunement. I didn't know what it meant, but God codes are codes that are held within your own DNA, and it will help to activate those codes and upgrade your cells to crystalline form, which will raise your vibration and allow you to more consistently plug into higher states of consciousness. And then we'll be working more deeply with your own energy in chapter 5 of cultivating powerful intuitive skills. You will deepen your understanding of how to recognize what belongs to you and what does not, and to shield yourself from taking on other people's energies, emotions, and thoughts. And then I've added 2 weeks to this class. I'm actually going to be attuning you. And those of you who have come through this class already, you will get this. So you don't have to pay anything extra. Come back through this course if you're already a practitioner, and you will receive these additional 2 modules. I'm going to be attuning you to a sacred technology. You guys have all experienced that this week, whether you know it or not. The vortex of creation. This is a groundbreaking technology that will change the way you do healing for yourself and greatly amplify your creation and creative abilities. It will connect you with profound inspiration and allow you to access other realms and the information held there with ease. So one of those realms people call the Akash or the Akashic records. It will help you to more deeply connect with and receive information from the Akashic records and more. And together in this class, we will practice activating this technology. The skills and abilities you have received so far in Sacred Soul Alignment will be taken to the next level during this class. And you're going to learn how to activate your own vortex of creation anytime, anywhere, quickly and easily. And this may become your favorite tool in your spiritual kit. And then Module 7, we do not have all of the information here on the registration page yet, but you will become, this is a really special bonus that I was guided to add kind of at the last minute. So that's why the information's not there in that module, but it should be there by the end of the day. You will become attuned to a sample of at least 10 advanced Sacred Soul alignments from the Health and Well-Being series, the Wealth and Abundance series, the Love and Relationship series, and the Spiritual Guides and Animal Spirit series of alignments, and also the Crystal series from my Energetic Apothecary, and my Herbal Alignment series. So I've never done that before in level 1, and I'm going to be giving you guys a sample of at least 10 alignments from those advanced series. So you guys may have noticed that I love to be really generous with my time and my energy and what I have to offer. So I have included here a lot of bonuses. And I'm going to just briefly go through these bonuses. And then I'm going to bring on some of my favorite people, some of my Sacred Soul Alignment practitioners, to briefly share their experience. Because I could talk about Sacred Soul Alignment all day. It's completely changed my life and the lives of thousands of people around me. But really, when I allow you to hear directly from my students and practitioners, that is super impactful. So I'm going to be doing that here in just a minute. And I also want to just briefly mention that I have a really special discount and bonus package for those of you who know that you want to dive right in and go into the certification as well. Something I've never done before. And the discount that I'm offering just in the next 3.5 weeks is a steeper discount than I've ever offered before. So, and I do not think I'll do this again. I was just guided to lower the price a little bit because of the global recession that we're in right now. So when you sign up this round, you will receive the bonuses that I'm going to talk about right now. So if you are able to pay in full for Sacred Soul Alignment Level 1 or the whole bundle of Level 1 and Level 2, you will receive the Crystal series for self-healing. And if you come into the bundle for the certification as well, you will also receive the class, the Crystal series class to use with other people as well. So you'll actually receive two crystal series classes if you come into the certification as well. So you'll get attuned to the Crystal series for self-healing with Level 1, 29 additional alignments. This is my favorite series. And if you come into the certification, you'll also get attuned to use these alignments with others. This is a super high frequency series, and the value of that's $497. That's what I sell that class for on its own separately. You can click on the link there to see the full list and description. If you are one of the first 10 people to register, there's already a couple people that have registered early before I even announced this, you will receive, I'm going to be doing a live healing call with just those 10 people. So it's going to be really individualized. Even though it's a group healing, I'm going to be tuning into each one of you individually with what you share with me, what your intentions are. So if you're one of the first 10 people to register, you will get a special 1-hour crystal healing session featuring my private collection of crystal tones, crystal bowls. You guys have had the opportunity to experience a couple of those bowls this week, and other sound healing instruments. Sound healing is one of my favorite things, and I will be choosing alignments based on your individual intentions, and you'll get the recording of this. So this will be live, and you will receive the recording as well to return to again and again and again. So when you're on the registration page, if you see that bonus there with that picture of me with playing my crystal bowls in a labyrinth here where I live on Bainbridge Island, then that bonus is still available. We'll be taking it down as soon as that is gone. And that's usually gone within a couple of days. So if you want that bonus and you really know that you're in for this, I invite you to jump on that. And that is any payment plan. So it's the first 10 people. So whether you pay in full, 6-month or 12-month, and that is whether you sign up for Level 1 or the full bundle. So the first 10 people to register, 2 of those spots are gone already. So before I hopped on, there may be more gone now, but before I hopped on today for this class, there was 8 spots left. You'll also receive Co-Creating Wealth, which is a 4-module healing course, and all of these except for the first 2. So you'll receive immediate access to Co-Creating Wealth. This is a transformational, I think a couple thousand people have been through this course, and I've seen phenomenal, miraculous results for people. I also give you a sacred technology called the Wealth Vortex, which you'll be attuned to activate for yourself after you come through this course. You'll also receive a bonus of sacred light healing tools to use for yourself. This course is pre-recorded, and it is taught by my business partner, Kimberly Carlson. We created the Sacred Light modality together, and I believe you will receive access to that after we have begun Sacred Soul Alignment, so that you can get some of the foundational teachings. But you receive the Sacred Light purification, the flesh activation, which I've used with you guys, and defrag, which is kind of like remember the old, I don't know if they still do this because I don't use a PC anymore, but you used to have to defrag your computer. It works like that with our mental bodies. The Sacred Light purification is one of the tools that I use on a daily basis. It's one of the most potent healing tools that I know of at all, and you'll receive that class. And if you come into the bundle with the certification, you'll also receive a special class with those tools to be able to use those with other people, not just yourself. You'll also, so these are tons of, I think the bonuses are actually worth more than what you pay for the class. You'll receive a really special class that I created during COVID called Power and Protection. This is a highly effective audio and video collection designed to sustain your energy at a high vibrational state throughout your day. These are tools that I return to over and over and over again. You'll get immediate access to that. And I mentioned this, you'll also get a bonus of decoding the language your soul speaks. And this is all about helping you uncover and unearth your own natural intuitive gifts and amplify your ability to receive messages through your own intuition. You'll open up to one or more of the 6 intuitive language channels that match up with your senses. I call these the language our soul speaks, the clairs, in other words. So those are the bonuses that you will receive upon registration for this class. And then I just want to briefly mention, because I know a lot of you guys are healers, and I've had a lot of questions about the certification already. So I have a special bundle for if you jump into both level 1 and level 2, you're going to save over $1,200 just in the next 3 weeks. That price will go up after that point in time. You can see all the details here. So the full price of both level 1 and level 2 is $24.95. I have 6 payment plan and 12 payment plan as well. If you pay in full, if you're able to pay in full for this bundle, you also get level 3, my energetic apothecary, absolutely free. I've never done this before. This has a value of $4.97. And when I give a value of something, so many people inflate the value. I could inflate these values because they're priceless, but this is the actual price that I charge, that people pay me for. So I don't believe in inflating value. You know, I could easily say this is worth $3,000 because it is, but I charge $4.97 for this class. So you'll receive 95 additional alignments in the herbal alignment series, the flower essence series, the essential oil series, and the crystal series, in addition to a special class on how to create crystal grids, how to work with crystals, how to work with herbs and flowers and create magic. I work with a lot of magic in my life, and I did a special class that's part of that, really how to create and work with things like crystal grids. So you get that free if you pay in full for the bonus. So I could go on and on and on about all of this, but I'm going to stop there, and I'm going to let some of my practitioners share. So Olivia has I just want to address this. Someone said that healing bowls can bring in negative entities. Is that true? I have never had that experience at all. So to sign up, I'm going to drop the link here in the chat here on Zoom. You just can go to that registration page. It's sacredsoulignment.com//program. And I'll be sending out an email with all this information with the replay as well. So I have never I've been teaching this for 7 years. I've certified over 600 practitioners from all over the world. And this is the biggest discount I've ever given and the most generous of a class that I've ever offered. So I just want to make that declaration. And if you are in my Sacred Soul Alignment family, when I add new things like this, you get that for free. I often add new alignments, and when you're in the class, you're in, and you get those for free, unless it's something huge. Which, as I mentioned, I charged $197 one time to come back through, but I don't normally do that. So you're in the family for life. And I can tell you that I have received incredible support from my Sacred Soul Alignment family. 2 years ago, I had a freak accident with a routine surgery, and I almost died. And I had to have an emergency surgery, and the people that supported me the most were the Sacred Soul Alignment family. During this time that my brother has been diagnosed with pancreatic cancer, dozens of my practitioners came together and we did a healing session for my brother. And that might make me cry because it was one of the most special moments of my life. And we've supported each other. We've supported many of the practitioners who have gone through similar things. And it truly is a family. So the cost of level 1 is $888 if you pay in full. There's also a 6-month and a 12-month payment plan. For the full bundle for level 1 and level 2, the certification, the full price for that is $24.97. So the level 2 certification on its own is $2,200. So if you jump in now with that bundle price, you're saving significantly if you're able to do that. This is not your final opportunity to come into level 2. You'll get another opportunity. You know, if you come into level 1, you can sign up for that at a later date. But for those of you who know that you want the certification, you want to do this work with other people, you want all of the tools, it's really a great opportunity to save a significant amount of money if you're able to do that now. And there is a 12-month payment plan. You won't get the energetic apothecary with the payment plan, but that's something that you can purchase on its own later. Awesome, Kim. I'm so excited for you. Jill says, supporting you and Aaron and his family was epic. You're amazing, and Sacred Soul Alignment is amazing. So there's so many comments, but I am going to pause here. Over the next 3 weeks, you guys are going to have the opportunity to hear a lot more about this class. I'm going to be trying to go live almost every single day over the next 3 weeks inside my Facebook group. I have some incredible healing events planned, including at least one roundtable with several Sacred Soul Alignment practitioners. Whenever I open this up, I have dozens of practitioners that want to share because the love between us is real. It's one of the most real forms of love that I've ever experienced in my life. And so every time I do these, I cry because I'm so honored at the caliber of people that come into my world. And the love that is shared between us is tangible and real. And so I'm going to start by bringing on one of my practitioners who's also become a very dear and close friend of mine, and that is Adri Kaiser. So Adri, I'm going to bring you in as a panelist here so that we can see you on video. And I think if I make you a co-host, you can share your video.
Yes, hi.
Hi. Thank you for being here.
Of course, there's no question about it. I'm so excited you're doing this, and everybody listening or watching now or later. There are no words I can say about Elysia and what a beautiful person and friend of mine she is. But the course, I think I met her maybe 6 years ago. Maybe I was in her second training, possibly. I cannot
Right.
remember. It's been so long. And my life has changed completely. Her trainings are incredible. Her classes, her sacred soul alignment is mind blowing. It's so simple, guys. It is. That's the beautiful thing about this. Using sacred soul alignment is simple. I use them every day, regularly, all day long. It takes few seconds when I'm brushing my teeth or when I'm showering or when I'm cooking, when I'm doing yoga, when I'm teaching, anytime, anywhere. Sometimes I'm sleeping and I was like putting my hand on my husband and doing sacred soul alignments of him. So it is so easy, right? All the time. I'm infusing objects, my lessons, my courses, my crystals, all that. I use sacred soul alignment in combination with other stuff. But I cannot say enough about the value you're providing this time around. What an amazing deal. When I joined, I think that the course was like $1,500 just for sacred soul alignment level 1. And I'm an advanced practitioner as well. I've done all the energetic stuff and all the stuff that she's giving you right now. It is like one course. I mean, all the $888 that you're charging is not even half of the stuff that you charge regularly. So this is generous offer, but I also have to say, as a person, Elysia as a person, she's very generous, she's very loving, she's always in integrative, she always jumps to help. I mean, you have changed my life, my husband's life. You have provided us with support beyond belief. I just, when you were starting to cry about it, I got teary-eyed too, because it's like, it's mutual, the love is mutual. And the community is truly a family. We support each other, we help each other. It's just, I don't know. I don't know what else to say, but join, because your life will change. And the other generous thing is that you get to do this training over and over. And every time I've done it so many times, and every time I do it, I learn something new within myself. I go deeper. It's like, it could be similar information, but it resonates in a different, deeper way. And I gotten visuals, I gotten aha moments, information, power of manifestation. It's been really, really incredible. So I just cannot say except that I love you so much. And you guys join our family. You won't regret it, I promise. And the ability to do payment plans or paying in full and get the bonuses is just priceless. So thank you for all that you do.
Thank you, Adri. That was beautiful. Um, I love everything you said. Thank you so much for mentioning that. And every time I teach, I learn something new. Because the people that come in to this world are of such a high caliber. It's amazing what I've learned from all of you, and I'm so grateful. And, there's a lot of spiritual teachers out there, and there's some really amazing spiritual teachers. But I feel like in this day and age, there's also a lot of people that are just in it for the money. And you buy a course, or you pay, sign up to work with them. And I've been disappointed so many times in things that I've purchased. And so I believe strongly in giving all of the support that I can possibly give, because I'm interested in real transformation for the individual and the human collective. And that's my big mission.
And it shows. There's so many things I could say, and then I forget. It's like, I have to tell them about this and I have to tell them about that, but there's so many that I forget. But yes, that's another thing. I also have bought many courses that I pay a lot more, or even coaching, and I was very disappointed. The value wasn't there. I paid more for what I received than I received. And sometimes I didn't even get that much. I always get something, but it wasn't like,
Yeah.
with this course, not only the integrity and the value that you actually get through the lessons, and it's very easy. That's another thing. I keep jumping because again, it's so many things, but the lessons are like snippets, like 15 minutes videos or whatever. So it's very doable at your own pace. When we do it live, we meet live, but you still have a week to do the lessons and stuff. So it's very easy to assimilate. So the value along through videos and lessons and PDF is right there. And then we have the support and we have the community. So it really shows that when I tell you that what you pay is worth probably 10 times or 20 times more, it is true. It's absolutely true. And it shows when you come in with an open heart. And I believe in our community, in our Sacred Soul family, it's the same thing. We really attract the people that bring value and support and honesty and truth and integrity. Another thing I want to mention that I've done so many trainings. I have a lot of trainings under my belt, different modalities, different things. And it has only helped me become stronger in my own intuitive abilities and what I have to offer. You have been a friend, a mentor, and a teacher that has empowered me to step in my own truth and find my own way and bring this modality along with my other things that came through my own experiences. So you have been someone that not only tells you this is the way you do it, and this is why I want you to do it. You are someone that shows the way, and that's a true mentor, right? Someone that shows the way and allows you to become the healer, the person, the business owner, whatever the title you want to give yourself, but you shine the line and you let us thrive in our own way. So that's very powerful, because I had other teachers that don't want you to grow, that actually want to keep you there. And you are one of like, hey, as you rise, I rise. As you rise, I rise. Let's rise together. And that's a beautiful thing as well. So yes.
Beautiful. Thank you, Adri. I always love hearing from you. And we decided to do this in alphabetical order. So I have to figure out who's coming on next. Let's see.
Bye, guys. Thank you. Thank you, Elysia. I cannot say enough about how wonderful you are. So
I'll
bye,
talk to you
everybody.
soon.
Sign up.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay, I'm bringing Jill on next. So let me find, and Adri's getting interviewed. Oh, we went over time, Adrian. I'm sorry if I messed up your interview. Okay, Jill, promote to panelist. How did I do? I messed up there. Where are you? Okay, promote to panelist. I don't know what's happening with Jill. Let's see. I don't know why it's not working. Oh, there we go. Nope. Okay, Jill, I'm going to make you co-host. And then you should be able to unmute yourself, I think.
There we go, maybe.
And I'm seeing lots of questions. I will answer your questions, but I want to honor the time of the practitioners who are joining me. Okay, I can't see you, Jill.
It'll be there in a second. It likes to collapse every time anybody promotes me to a panelist on something.
Okay. And if you're watching me on my personal page or YouTube, you guys can't see the other people's videos, but I'm gonna upload this full video to YouTube later and send that out.
Can you hear me? There we go.
Yes, there we go. Yes.
Awesome. So, I just wanted to say that, I think I've told you this before, but it's funny that when I had been watching you for a couple of years, done a lot of your healings and whatnot, and I had made a decision I was not going to invest in anything else. I was done. I was not going to do anything. I was not going to invest. This was not the year. This was years ago. And you did a lot, you did a free healing like this one, and it was super generous. And I had this notion, and you, again, as you always do, you were super generous, included a ton of bonuses. And it was like, okay, this is a no-brainer. And that's the first thing I want to encourage anybody who's even debating this. It should be a no-brainer for you. If you know, like, you know, whether you've got work to do. And here's the thing, even if you only ever use this for yourself, it will change your life. Even if you only get certified for your own self and you never intend to use it as, you know, be a coach or anything else. I mean, I'm a transformational catalyst and an emotion coach and a trauma coach, and this has changed my life dramatically. I use it with my clients every day. And you know, just when you're sitting here doing the healing today, both of the two kitties that love to get your energy came up, and I took pictures of them while they were sleeping, because in particular, Raphael loves your energy. And I've done yoga many times. When I've been in the middle of yoga, I've been in the middle of something else, and I'll come up to him, and he's a rough little kid, and he will come up and his like eyes are all red, and I'm like, oh crap. And I pick him up, and even sometimes I don't get a chance to even pick him up, and I'm definitely gonna pick up my camera. I'm like, oh, I'll just wait for just a second. And I'm like in the middle of doing something, and I'll run alignments on him, usually virus and bacteria and highest intentions. And I go to grab my camera for just a second to take pictures, and it's already gone. It's like not even a minute. Like, well, crap. But it's, you know, it's a life-changing modality. And it's also been a place where, like, I've gotten to the point where, and I don't, obviously you're not going to do this until you know your energy and whatnot, but obviously not closing my eyes, but I can connect to the heart of creation instantly driving down the road. If someone, you know, I'm talking to someone, they're like, hey, can you run alignments for me? Like my bestest friends and my program clients who have access to me. Hey, can you do this? I'm like, yeah, I'll run. Yeah, I'm getting in the car, but I'll run alignments for you when I'm driving down the road. And I'm driving down the road and I'm running alignments and I'm doing my thing. And it's been instrumental in me allowing me to grow my practice. It has been instrumental for me personally, where I'm like, oh, that's happening. And instantly using, you know, the vortex of creation, instantly using all the different tools that I have in my, you know, in my tool belt. And I'm not only an Akashic Records practitioner, I'm also a Reiki master, and I've got like 10 or different, someone asked me the other day, and I think I have like 10 different modalities under my belt. And this just enhances all of them. This accelerates your growth. This allows you to heal the stuff that's getting in your way to becoming who you want to be. And again, I know people who are in quote unquote muggle jobs who will never have, they don't want it to have an, you know, an energy healing business on standalone, but they use sacred soul alignments in contracts, in real estate, in medicine, in whatever it is they're doing in life. And it really is so incredibly versatile. And, you know, once you're in the family and once you see how it changes your life. I mean, I was running sacred soul alignments last year when I was buying my house. And, you know, when I was trying to find houses and I was going, okay, tell me what I'm doing. And it was like running alignments on the process, running alignments on the land, running alignments on like, okay, this has got to happen this way. And intention setting and, you know, using my Earth Star chakra to go, this is what we're doing to make it easier. And you and I had a conversation privately about that whole thing. And it was like, you know, it was such a supportive thing. And it's the support. And honestly, the price that you've got it at, I'm like, holy, I wish, but it's, you're so generous. And it's not, you know, I want you to know, like you said earlier, and I see this all the time with people, especially like on IG now, because I've canceled all these ads. So I have the same ads for the same things. And you see a lot of people who are trying to sell to you. Yeah. And the reality of the situation is that you're not just investing in this program. You're investing in yourself. You're investing in accelerating your healing. And even if you're just using it for you, you're pushing out that healing. You're healing 14 generations forward and 14 generations backward. So even if you never have this discussion with your family, you are healing for them, and you are healing for your future children, your great grandchildren, etc. And that is so powerful. And being able to be in the space where you're not only doing the work for yourself, and you don't even have to tell anybody. Like I've shared, like my mom and I've had more in-depth discussion about sacred soul alignments, what it is. Like it's kind of a weird way to say it, but I'm like, you know, when you used to take Kool-Aid packets years ago and you would shake them out and you would dump you would dump the powder in the water and add sugar. And my stepdad was like, yeah, because he's a visual person. I said, okay, so an energy packet is like that. So you're either dumping it in to create and pull in love, or, you know, accepting your body or money or whatever it is, or you're dumping it in to clarify it to get that out.
I like
And
that
it's like-
analogy. That's awesome.
And my stepdad went, oh, okay. So, because he was reading a document before I woke up in the morning one morning that was sitting on my floor, because I was reorganizing him at the time. And he was like, so what's this? And, you know, he's asking me questions and such and so forth. So I was walking him through it. And I said, well, if I wanted to take this out, if I wanted to bring anger and resentment to the surface so I got rid of it, I would do this. And if I wanted to also harmonize and recalibrate, I would bring in those two to do this. And he's like, can you do that? And I'm like, yeah, I can. So it's like instantaneously doing it. And again, it's something where it's everything. And it's also so freaking simple. Like when you've done it enough times that you get into, like I do it every time. And my mom was like, why would you repeat it? And like, because I grow, as Adri said, as I grow, you uncover new things and you receive information differently. It's like watching the same movie 20 times. You're a different person by the 20th time you're watching the movie. So you pick up little nuances you wouldn't have gotten before.
Exactly.
And
exactly.
That's really what one of the things I love about it. And honestly, if you can afford to, if you're on the fence, jump in and do it, because your life is going to be different at the end of the course. And it's going to be different at the end of 2023.
Yes.
It's that powerful. And it also goes at its own pace. So it goes at the perfect pace for you, because I see a lot of people who try to go, oh, well, if some is good, more is better. And I'm like, you don't have to do that. Let it run into, it's one of the things I love about it, is that you've infused everything with the intuitive at a perfect pace for you.
Right.
And so many people try to push it, as opposed to like, well, I can do this. And then they find themselves in a healing crisis. And I'm like, well, if you just let it, trust it, because it also teaches you to trust yourself. And it also amplifies your clairs. And when you get to that space, it's so much bigger than just a modality. Like you said, it's also a family. And like coming in and getting into being the space of like, I remember when you came in and you were like, you know, we're just starting this new course, and you were like, and everybody instantaneously went, do it your pace. Whatever you need to do, we are here with you. If you need to delay it to take care of you.
Yeah.
And I get chills thinking about it, because like you said, it's a family, and it's like watching everyone come together and so generously saying, tell me when I'm showing up for Aaron.
Yeah, that was amazing. That's going to make me cry, because that was one of the most profound experiences that I've had with the Sacred Soul Alignment family, is how everyone came together to support my brother. And I don't know if I actually told this, but after that healing that we did together, his tumor marker numbers went down by 100 points. And
the thing is that's the beauty of it, is to be in the space of, because a lot of times people go, oh, that's really woo. But when you see things in real life, that just doing that healing and doing that work, and then seeing it when you're like going Western medicine and seeing the markers and being like,
yeah,
okay.
He hadn't had any treatment, any medical treatment. The only thing he had done was the healing that we did for him. So
that is so beautiful. And it's, and I think that the generosity of this group, because once you're in the family, you're in the family. And honestly, once and again, like I said, when I did the first level, and it was like, oh, okay. And then it was like, I'm going to do the advance. And every single time I've been in the space of like, okay, we're not, we are. So it's like working with you and working with Kimberly and you together. And I've got so much stacked now, because it just was like, it felt right to do it. And every time I've gotten further into the experience, I grow me, I grow my life, I grow my clients. And we also, as we change ourselves, we change the world. And it's
Yes.
one little thing at a time that you introduce things, and your generosity. I want to say, I mean, I've worked with a lot of teachers, and I am now one myself. And I got to say, your generosity is on par. It would be very hard. I don't even like, I just saw somebody the other day with a Grant Cardone program, and they were generous, but they were not as generous as you're being. And your heart is unique to the healing and the personal development. Your heart, your generosity. I know this field very well, and you and your heart and your generosity, your friendship, your mentoring, how you show up for your students, for the Sacred Soul Alignment family, and for us as individuals is beautiful and extraordinarily unique.
Thank you.
It is unmatched.
Thank you.
The only thing I can say is, if you're on the fence, do it. If you can afford the bundle, Elysia is being incredibly generous to y'all. I mean, beyond.
Thank you, Jill.
So that's it. That's all I got.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you. I have, let's see, how do I do this? I have so many people that volunteered to come on. I actually just had this idea last night to invite some practitioners on today. I usually do that as a separate thing. But I had so many people volunteer, and I'm going to bring Josephina on next. And I'm excited to hear from you, Josephina, because I don't think I've ever heard from you on a roundtable. You're fairly new to the Sacred Soul Alignment family. I think I have, let's see. All right, I'm going to make you a co-host, and then you'll be able to unmute yourself and turn on your video. And then we have, after Josephina, we have Sherry and Wendy. Hello,
Hi.
my love.
Hi, Elysia. Hi, everyone. I'm not a person to testify and to talk a lot. I'm very private.
Thank you.
And I just I had to say my truth. And my truth is that I came across Elysia on my lowest. I had lost my husband of 44 years, and I was fighting depression, fighting suicide wishes, and loneliness, everything. And I came across some healing that Elysia was offering on YouTube, and I attended, and then I decided to try. But I had done so many classes that didn't help me, and I was kind of doubtful about this one. And I didn't even take advantage of the bundle. I just bought the level 1. And I didn't tell anything to my kids because I had done some classes and nothing happened, and I didn't want to get them hopeful for this.
Yeah.
And after a while, my daughter started telling me, "Oh, you are different. What's going on with you?" Because my energy started changing. I started healing. I started dealing with the rage and sadness and grief and all that. And then I told her, and she was very happy about it, And I'm telling you, if you have the opportunity to do this, and if you can afford it, do it. You won't regret it. I did the level 1. It helped me so much that I did level 2, and I don't regret it. I use it all the time on my grandkids, on my kids, my friends, everyone. And I really, really advise you to take advantage of it. Elysia is very generous. She gives you a lot of free gifts, and she is so supportive. If you have a question, if you have any problem, you can just send her a message. She comes right back to you. I had taken lots of classes and nobody did that for me. And I advise you. She's very caring. She's very loving, very supportive. I advise you to take advantage of it. You won't regret 1 minute.
Thank you so
And
much.
that's what I have
Josephina.
to tell.
Thank you so much. And it makes my
Welcome.
heart so happy to hear the transformation that you've
I'm so
gone
much
through.
better.
That's why I do
Elysia.
this work.
Yeah, I'm so much better. I had done a lot of classes on chakras and energy and all kinds of things. Nothing helped me. And
Yeah.
I did your class, the level 1, and I got so much better. I have been traveling last year. I traveled a lot, and I couldn't travel before. I wouldn't leave the
Amazing.
house.
That's amazing.
Yeah. And last year I went on a cruise and I went to Portugal to see
Wow.
my mom. Yeah.
That's beautiful. Oh, that makes
Yeah.
me so happy. I'm so happy that you
And
were
I'm
able to
planning
hop
to
on
go
and
back
share.
again. Yeah, I'm planning to go again in October.
Oh, amazing. I
I'm
would
going
love
to
to
see
go to
my mom.
Portugal one day.
My mom is 91. I'm
Wow.
going to visit her. Yeah.
That's
I went to her
beautiful.
birthday last year and I'm going this year again.
Amazing.
That's what I have to say.
Thank you for coming on and
You're
stepping outside
welcome.
of your
I just,
comfort zone to share your story. I appreciate it so much.
yes, it was coming out of my comfort zone because
Well,
I
good
don't like
job. You did amazing. You're a natural.
you. Thank you so much.
Thank
And
you.
to let you know, I'm still doing Reiki on your brother 3 times a
Thank
week.
you. Thank you.
And I would love to do a full treatment on him, but I have to arrange that through you.
He would
That
love
I
that.
can do,
Thank you.
I can do like 45 minutes to an hour
Okay.
of Reiki healing. Just let me know when it's convenient for him,
Thank you, Josephina.
because
I
most of the time
definitely
it's
will.
convenient for me. I live alone and it's okay for me, you know?
Thank you so
Okay?
much. That will mean a lot to
You're
him.
welcome. Thank you for everything.
Thank you. Thanks for being on.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Okay, let's see. This is working out well. Okay, now I'm going to bring on Sherry. Sherry is someone that I know very, very well and who has also become a friend over the years. And I think I've put you into panelist, and then we're going to hear from Wendy. Let's see, I have to make you co-host, and you'll be able to share your video. Okay. Hi, Sherry. Wait, I can't hear you. Let me unmute you.
Unmute you. Yeah, the
There we
unmuting
go.
would help, right? That would help. Hello, everyone, and for hanging in this long. Yeah,
I know,
kudos
it's
to
long,
everyone.
right?
It's worth the wait. Honestly, it's worth the wait. So, what do I want to say? I mean, everybody has said so much. I feel like one of the things that Elysia originally said that is so true. You will walk away a different person than you came whenever you take this. I met Elysia many years ago, and it was through being chronically ill that I met her. I actually had 2 incidences of health crises. One many years ago, I drank a poison. I had a stroke. I died. I came back and I recovered somewhat from that. And then I had another health crisis about 5 years ago, and I was diagnosed with ALS. And I was, the first crisis of 2006 was obviously my spiritual awakening. The second one, I was working with a healer who ghosted me. You know, the ghosting thing, it's real. And I was left midair. And much like you today, here I am sitting in front of the computer and listening to this melodic voice running all these beautiful energies and feeling my body just light up. And from, if you're in chronic pain, you know, whenever you feel something besides pain, you know it's the real deal. So trust me, this was the real deal. And I remember my adult daughter was in another, she had visited me at the time, and she was coming out of the bathroom and she said, whoever that is, buy whatever they're doing, because she felt it too. And I'm like, Yeah, so it's like, I'm a little bit of a skeptic. I will have to tell you that. I needed a little bit more proof, and it's like, okay, so I did a little bit more digging, and ultimately I went with someone else at the time. I have to tell you, biggest
I don't know this story. This is all new to me.
yeah, mistakes are always a learning process. Do you understand? They're always, and I learned, and that one took me down a very hard road. I ultimately came back and attended Alicia's retreat that she had in Mount Shasta at the time. No, I'm not. That was in Washington. I'm thinking I want to go Mount Shasta this time.
Yes, come.
Washington was she and her best friend, Kimberly Carlson. And I want to tell you what kind of person Elysia is. Not that you haven't heard, but I was in so much pain. I guess I didn't complete that story with the ALS. I was given 2 years to live. And when you have a healer ghost you in the middle, it's a sense of doomsday. I mean, it really is, because the medical community was no help. All they do when a diagnosis like that is they diagnose it, they hand you a bunch of pills and they send you home. It was like, get your affairs in order. And I knew that wasn't my story. It just wasn't, and I found Elysia, and I knew in my heart and soul that this was someone that was going to be able to help me. I didn't know in what way, but I knew that was it. I knew that she was. Now, whenever I talk about going the other way, that was like for one blip. It was just a tiny blip. But I came back, and when I went, seeing her in person was the most incredible thing ever. But I have to tell you, when I was in so much pain, whenever you're in pain, I'm a highly sensitive person. I'm very intuitive and an empath, and this work will not spiral you out. So this is something I think it hasn't been said, and I really want to say this. This will not send you into healing crisis over and over, because I have been with healers that happened, and the energy is brash and it's invasive, and it will send you into a spiral. And this energy is so gentle, and it is so nourishing. That's the word, nourishing, that it meets you where you are and allows you to heal at your own pace. And I went through Sacred Soul Alignments many, many times, and of course work with Elysia privately as well. But it was about being able to handle the energy that your body can handle as you can handle it. And it's so regulated. It's a regulated, I don't know if you've ever worked with someone that wants to give you the whole 9 yards up front, like they just want to dump all their stuff. They want to show you, I can do it. And honestly, I've even done that myself. I have to be honest, I have.
Me too. That's why I created Sacred Soul Alignment this way, because I was in healing crises for years before this.
Yes, and this is just so well. It's from someone that has walked the walk, they've done the talk, and now they've created. Elysia has been there, she's done it, and then this is the result of someone that has been in this work to be able to create a healing modality about that for people like me, for people that were in the pain body. And I have to tell you, this is really important for someone that has any kind of chronic pain, and I'm telling you, she's got me out of, she not get me out. She has helped me through more than just pain, let me tell you, in miracle ways. Nothing short of miracles. There's just nothing, I can't say it. I might try now, but it's miracle making. And it empowers you as you go through this. Then you get the sense of the transfer of power of your own system then to make it happen for yourself. And while we were giving Elysia all the kudos, and we love her dearly, she does have that built into these tools, and her own intention, you can feel it, is for you to feel that, is for you to feel that power, is for you to be able to walk away then and say, yes, I can do this. How many courses have you taken at the end of it, and then you feel this huge letdown? I know I have been there. It's like, now what do I do? All the support's gone. You don't feel that way with this. You walk away and you have the power and you have the tools to do it for yourself. There isn't a day go by that I'm not running stuff. I mean, everybody said that. It is true. We're just running it like on autopilot now, because we know, oh, you're going to the store, and you're running you're running all the stuff, the protection. You're running out of the store, you're running the clearings, you're just everything. You're running it on the, I work with a headache. I'm running the brain, the nervous system, lymphatic system. You're all my friends, trust me. Yeah. So I think and I will have to tell you that if you go the second route and you get the whole 9 yards and you get the whole bundle, you will be able to create your own modality out of this. I mean, it's just, if you set that intention and that's truly something that that you are able to pull through for yourself, it will come. It absolutely. I can't explain exactly how that works.
I can't
but
either.
I know,
I've just seen it so
I
many
don't
times.
know. It's like spirit knows that this is something you wants to pull through. So it pulls through just by you opening up and clearing out more trauma and clearing out more stuff, being grounded and connected at a higher and higher level. And eventually you're pulling through your own modality. And I mean, Elysia was there to help me through, what is this? It's like, this is, so helping me to, formulate that. And so it's the gamut, you can start where you are, which is the beauty of this thing. And it has so much growth for you to be able to take it wherever you need it. And if you don't, that's fine too. You walk away with an empowered feeling of knowing that you can heal yourself. And when I say just about anything, it is a co-creative, you do have your part and your self-healing abilities that do meet with this. So it is a co-creative process. But from my experience, and I will say, I am still here 5 years later, the 2-year death sentence, forget that, I'm fully recovered. and I mean, I have Elysia to thank, and her partner, Kimberly Carlson. I am also part of her modality, but these two women are absolutely miracle makers, and I am so honored to be a part of and have these tools. And I really encourage you to take advantage of all her generosity because it's insane. So why not?
Wow, thank you, Sherry. That was beautiful. It's always so good to see you.
Elysia. Thank you.
Thank you so much, and I'll talk to you soon. I think you guys can see why I love these. These testimonials so much. We have one more. We're going to bring on the amazing Wendy Axelrod. Wendy's also someone I've gotten to know very well. We got to meet up when I was in New York last summer. I'm going to promote you to panelist, co-host.
Hello.
Hello, Wendy. Thank you for being here.
Oh, my pleasure. My pleasure. My plans thankfully canceled, so this was wonderful.
Perfect. Yeah, this has gone on. We're coming up on 3 hours, so I'm impressed with all of you guys who have stayed on. And I'm going to be back in another hour. I didn't realize that my Q&A would almost touch the end of this class. So thank you for being
I will.
waiting so long.
Oh, my pleasure. So I will do my best to consolidate what I was going to say. Like everyone else, I am eternally grateful for Sacred Soul alignments and for you, Elysia, because my life has completely up-leveled on so many ways, on so many levels, and in so many ways that I never in my wildest dreams could have imagined. Energy, I was one of the later in life to get into the whole energy healing bandwagon. And I had worked with one healer and mentor prior to you. Very powerful healer, very powerful modality. But the terms of continuing to work with her had become quite onerous and frankly, really cost prohibitive as well. And at that point, I'm like, okay, I need to find my next mentor. And well, ask and you shall receive, the universe provided you. And just like anyone else, so I found someone so I'm a certified coach. So a woman in my coaching community mentioned that she was a practitioner. And I said, hey, can I meet with you to learn more? She spent an hour praising Elysia and Sacred Soul Alignment. I thought, you know what? And I did my own research and I thought, you know what, this is it. This is definitely a fit. And it was the most extraordinary decision I could have made, because not only did I take Sacred Soul level 1 and level 2, I've taken the Sacred Light classes that you teach with Kimberly, right? So Sacred Light 1, Sacred Light 2, Sacred Light 3, the co-creating miracles. And then I've also been taking, with Kimberly, her energetic allergy healing and advanced classes too. And the combination of all of this healing, it's mind-blowing. I didn't know how traumatic my childhood was until, and how pervasively it impacted my life until I started going through and going through the classes. And also to add, I worked with you privately for a year and a half. I did the private mentorship with 5 other women, with you and Kimberly for 6 months. I'm Team Elysia,
You've been on a rocket ship. I knew when we first met that you are on a vast path of awakening, and it's been amazing to watch.
So thank you. I mean, I couldn't have done it without you and everything that you've taught me and, given to me through these classes. Incredible, like nothing short of incredible. The quality of my life is so much greater. My stress levels are way down. The level of I used to live in my head, like not even a fraction. Do I still live in my head a bit? Yeah, I have 4 air signs in my astrological chart. So yes, but oh my God, but far, far less. And as a result, I'm able to relax and be so much more in my body. And I'm trying to think what else I want to say. So everybody's always talked about how you keep up leveling the program. You keep adding more in and you're so generous. You could just listen to the program and all of the support recordings and everything that comes with it and have an amazing experience, that alone. But the fact that you can now run it on yourself, and then if you continue on to level 2 to run it on others, I mean, whether you have a business or not. I mean, I use this stuff on myself and clients every single day.
Yes.
And another thing is, you've continued to not only up level the program, but you always up level yourself, and that shows up in the quality of the program and what you download and what you give to us. Which, I mean, it's also just, you're an amazing example by that token as well. So, what else do I want to say about that? I use these dailies. Oh, and so people have also talked about, when you go through the program and you listen, so these work in layers.
Yes.
So, right, you talked about the gentleness aspect. So the tools work in layers. It's like peeling away layers of an onion, and it keeps going deeper and deeper. So the more you listen, the more you run the tools, the more you clear. And what's amazing is when you go back through the program, like everyone has mentioned, you are now participating and listening to the recordings and receiving the healing from a higher level of understanding and awareness and perspective. So suddenly, when you hear the same information, your lens of your perspective is so much greater. So now you listen to it, you're like, oh my God, I didn't even catch that the last time.
Yeah,
and you have a
because
next
you're a
level of
different person.
awareness.
Yes.
And when you do that, now you're like, oh, wait a second, now I can run these tools with this intention in mind, because you can use tools together to work on in a particular way to resolve something that's going on with you. So, and the only thing that you're limited by is your imagination.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yes.
You can be so creative with how you bring tools to bear. I have so much fun with that, like literally.
You do, and you're an inspiration to me because you know my tools inside and out. You have suggestions oftentimes, when we're on group calls and I invite suggestion, and I've learned a lot from you and your suggestions, because you always have such creative ways of using things, and you really do. In fact, I enlisted Wendy to help me with a tagging system of alignments for the website so that people could, I have a certain issue and maybe the alignment doesn't have that description, but we know that it's good for that. So we have a tagging system so that we can help all of the practitioners. I enlisted Wendy to help me with that because you know these tools inside and out. So you've been an inspiration as a practitioner, and thank you for that.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to do that, because I was literally doing those things for myself, and it was like, oh wow, I do this for you, and then it goes on your website and everybody benefits.
Yeah.
Like, that's awesome. Because as I think it was Jilly who mentioned, we're not just helping ourselves, right? Just by healing ourselves, we're healing our families, we're healing the collective, which heck only knows that the collective definitely needs a whole lot of healing. And think about, from your own past life and future lives of your soul for future incarnations, what that means for you in the future, your soul in the future, which is really amazing. So
yeah, we're doing important
so
work
really
here.
important.
Yes.
Really important work. And the other thing I wanted to mention is everybody talks about this being simple. If you can read, you can do this modality. Let me say that again. If you can read, you can do this modality, because it literally is as simple as reading like the heart of creation.
Yeah.
And you run it. That's it. That's it. So if you're afraid, just remember, if you can read, you can do this. It really is that simple.
I love that. That's true.
And I'm not exaggerating. I'm not exaggerating when I say that. I mean that, truly. And the other trick is to practice. Because once you do it the first time or two, you're like, oh, that's it. And then you're like, oh.
Yeah, that's the biggest question I get actually is, this is so easy. Am I doing this right? And there's a lot, in level 2, there's a lot of opportunity to practice with other students. And because, that's a big thing that I believe in is practice and walking the talk, walking the walk along with everybody. So
yes. Yeah, and a couple of the things that I wanted to share, I'm just looking at some of my notes here. So I was with a friend last week, and she was telling me about this experience that she had with a former friend and how they had this falling out, and it was intense. And she carried a lot with her because of that. And I said, can I just run some energy on you, quickly? And she said, yes. So within, 5 minutes, she's like, oh my God, I didn't realize my whole body just released. And I said, okay, well, but how do you feel about this person now that you think about it in this whole situation? And she's like, oh, it's like, whatever. Oh, she's like, oh, that's so cool.
It's miraculous. It's amazing. Yeah. I mean, and that's,
it works that.
Yeah. And the stories that you guys are hearing from these amazing ladies, they're not abnormal, like the weight loss commercials, results not typical. These are typical results. These are the results I hear day after day, in and out, from hundreds of practitioners. And so thank you for sharing all of that.
Yeah, and so I was inspired to create my own signature program. I call it the Unstuck Accelerator, and I literally combine like all the sacred light tools, all the sacred soul alignments, all energetic allergy healing tools, and it is really, really powerful. I mean, to attest to what this modality can do, I've been running it on a client, or I ran it on a client, and then she's been listening to the recordings, and she's like, oh. She's like, I'm so relaxed. I don't have the anxiety that I used to have anymore. It's, it's wild. I just didn't expect it to work this quickly. So, and full disclosure, this is a woman who's had an addiction issue to work through. Yeah. So this is not someone who, just, not an ordinary, I guess it's a common addiction, but, to help someone that has to numb themselves with the substance in order to, to feel safe and, in their bodies. So amazing to be able to just give it. I can give so many more stories of how I've helped people and their reactions and their responses. But it's such a gift because I'm here to be in service. So to be able to help people with this has been nothing short of amazing. Let's see if there's anything else I talked about first. Oh, and then just from the healing crisis perspective, just to add a little bit, how we've talked about this is more, more gentle, because I have received healing from in other modalities where a healer's, I called the healer and said, I'm crawling out of my skin. What the heck is going on? And instead of saying to me, you're actually experiencing a healing crisis. She's like, oh, that's normal. It'll pass.
Yeah.
I was like, what? I'm
Yeah.
like, what am I supposed to do? Like, keep crawling out of my skin for how long? So the great thing
We
is
don't
that,
want
and I have
that.
friends,
No.
right? And it's awful. So I have a friend who went through another modality, so also can be very invasive, but she doesn't have tools like this to help someone clear their energy. Like you're going to get the flush, for example, and then you'll have the spiritual detox that'll really help to flush, and the purification. Well, you're giving the purification. So all these tools help clear your energy so that even if you or a client has healing crisis symptoms, because sometimes, stuff happens. Sometimes, you give more than you recognize they were ready for, or they specifically ask for it because they rather just face it head on and said, okay, just let me know. We're here, we have tools, and we can deal with it. And just in moments, you're fine. You give that recordings of people and they're fine. And then we talked about also the protection. So the more you heal, the less you actually need the protection.
That is so true.
But right. So that's another thing that you'll notice is that the more you heal as a result of just going through this program, you're going to need less protection, but yet you still have the tools to use to protect yourself. So I think that's really all. Oh, and I had one other thing to say, which I thought was funny. You helped one of the other practitioners create her modality, so she called you her program midwife.
Oh yeah.
And when you told me that, I was like,
yeah,
my life midwife.
I love that. Thank you.
So yes, so truly, it's one of the greatest gifts that you can give for yourself, your family, your friends. I worked on my friends' pets. I love that.
Yes.
It's awesome.
Yep.
So the uses they're endless. So highly praise Elysia and her work. It'll be one of the greatest things you do if you're called to it. Truly. So
Thank you, Wendy.
and if anybody has any questions, I am more than happy, just reach out and ask.
Thank you so much. It's an honor to have all of you guys on with me to share. And I cannot believe how so many of you guys stayed on this whole time. We've been here for 3 hours. So thank you so much. And I keep seeing all these notifications flashing on my phone that you guys, a lot of people have actually signed up already. So I can't wait to welcome you into the family. You should have, if you've signed up, you should have access. You should be getting emails with access to a lot of these programs. We start Sacred Soul Alignment on Tuesday, the 28th, and it's going to be an amazing journey. Over the next 3 weeks, there's going to be a lot of exciting, fun things going on. I'll be doing lots of special healings inside the group and on YouTube. So welcome to all of you guys who have jumped in already. That's just thrilling to me. I'm thrilled for you. And I can't wait to see all who is going to be in the family. So thank you so much, everybody. It's such an honor to have all of you here and all of you practitioners who joined and shared your story. We're going to have more shares over the next couple of weeks. And there's even more on the registration page. So I'll be emailing all of this out this evening. And if you do have any other questions, I'm going to look at all of the chats here. If you do have any other questions, or if you've posted a question, I will copy those over and I will be answering those in 1 hour back here with the same Zoom link, and I'll be streaming live in my group. I won't be on YouTube or on my personal page for that, but if you do have questions, come on over on the Zoom link or into my group. And welcome to all of you who have just joined the Sacred Soul Alignment family over the last couple of hours. So I will see you guys all in 1 hour. So much love, and bye for now.